Working the plate.
Let's talk about plate mechanics. The first thing you want to be concerned with is how close you are to the catcher. You don't want to get so close that you prevent him moving left or right. Nor do you want to get so deep that you can't see those pitches coming through the zone. What you want to do is use a heel-to-toe method. Your toe should never be any closer than the catcher's heel. This will give him the necessary freedom to move left or right. The second thing you want to worry about is head height. Your chin should never be any lower than the top of the catcher's head. This will give you plenty of opportunity to see down through the zone and judge whether the pitch is a ball or a strike. The next thing you want to watch out for is head location. You want to make sure that your head is in the slot. The slot is that area between the batter and the corner of home plate. Keeping your head height proper, your head location proper, should give you plenty of opportunity to get the calls right. Let's bring Daniel Lowe in to demonstrate. Notice when he steps in, he's got heel to toe with the catcher. His chin is no lower than the top of the catcher's head, and he's working in the slot. Let's see a strike call, Daniel.
Strike one!
Notice he raised himself all the way up, just like we did in the out mechanic a little while ago. Step in for a ball.
Ball!
Notice the call of ball is voice only, and he stays down right after he calls it.
Here's a demonstration of calling balls and strikes.
Look.
On a strike call, stand up to use your height.
Hook one!
On a ball call, the umpire stays down.
Ball!
You can call strikes by the numbers.
Hook two!
And yes, on strike three, you can use your own style and give it a little extra.
Hook three! Look.
The umpire follows the ball all the way into the glove with his eyes.
Hook one!
The idea is to stay set and not move your head or body with the pitch.
Ball!
Let the ball hit the glove, hesitate a second to make a decision, then make the call.
Hook two!
Strike three means the batter is out, so use your own style and be emphatic.
Hook three!
Catch, no catch, mechanics and call.
On a 60-foot diamond, the home plate umpire has responsibility for fly balls. The mechanics of the call are going to look something like this. He's going to take his mask off while coming to the left side, jogging out into the infield, and ruling accordingly. If the ball is caught, he's going to say, "You're out." If the ball is not caught, he's going to say, "No catch, no catch." That way, everybody on the field or in the stands knows whether the ball was caught or not.
Here's a demonstration when the ball is caught.
You're out!
Here's a demonstration when the call is no catch.
No catch! No catch!
Calling fair or foul.
During the course of the season, every umpire is going to be required to make a fair or foul call. It is very important that the umpire straddle the foul line and get completely stopped before he determines the ball is fair. If the ball is fair, the umpire is going to take a small step into fair territory and point fair territory while keeping his eyes on the ball. There is no voice used on a fair ball call. If the ball is foul, he will raise his hands above his head just slightly forward and at the same time voice foul ball and point in the direction of foul territory. Let me demonstrate. Foul!
As a plate umpire, when the ball is hit hard, you must get to the line quickly. The proper position for this would be first or third base line extended. You are the only umpire that can rule on this play, so it is essential that you be in proper position and make the call emphatically. Plate umpire, first to third situation. Anytime there's a runner on first, the plate umpire is responsible for any play at third base if that runner from first attempts to advance to third base. When the ball is hit, you must move out from behind home plate to view the play. Once both ball and runner are headed to third base, you will communicate to your partner that you have got the play at third. You then move into position and get set to make the call.
I got third if he comes. I got third. Safe!
When the ball is hit, you must move out from behind home plate to view the play. If there is no play at third base, the home plate umpire will communicate with his partner that he is going home and get back into position at home plate.
I'm going home, Mike. I'm going home.
Pass balls and wild pitches.
In youth baseball, there are many balls that get by the catcher. A maneuver that you can use as a home plate umpire to allow that catcher freedom to go get that ball is what we call opening the gate. You're going to pivot on your left foot, step back, and that gives the catcher freedom to go get the ball. Should the ball be on the other side, you just pivot on the other foot, your right foot, allowing the catcher to go get the ball. Once you open the gate, make sure you stay in the vicinity of home plate in case the catcher gets the ball and there is a play at home plate.
In this demonstration, the umpire views the play, yet stays in the vicinity of home plate for any possible play at the plate. Pop-ups behind the plate.
On pop flies behind home plate, you're going to do much the same. You're going to open the gate to allow the catcher to go through, and then you're going to follow him with crossover steps, keeping your eye on the catcher because he'll lead you to the ball. That's your play. If you have one to the other side, it's much the same way. You're going to open the gate, allow the catcher to come through, and using crossover steps and keeping your eyes on the catcher because he'll take you to the ball, and there's your play. One thing I want to warn you about with the catchers is keep an eye on his mask. You never know where he's going to throw it.
Here, the umpire avoids the mask and stays focused on the catcher, who will lead him to the ball. Clearing the bat.
To prevent injuries, an umpire really should try to clear the bat. The mechanics of the move are going to look something like this. He's going to take his mask off when the ball is hit. While keeping his eye on the ball, he's going to straddle the bat, grab it with his right hand, and slide it on the ground behind him. This will give everybody an opportunity to get to home plate without getting injured.
Here's a demonstration. The idea is not to take your eye off the ball. Proper equipment. As a plate umpire, it's very important to wear the proper protective equipment from head to toe. Let's take a look, starting from the bottom with the shoes, called plate shoes. They should have steel or hard protective pieces covering the toe and the instep of the foot. Moving up, you need a good, strong set of shin guards, strapped tightly to the leg, and they should be clipped on the outside so as not to snag a buckle when you're running. You need an inside chest protector that protects the front part of the body, but should also have good, strong shoulder and arm protection to cover those exposed areas. And of course, you need a good, strong, well-padded mask that should also include a throat protector. It's essential that every umpire wear a good protective cup. That way, as a plate umpire, you are entirely covered and protected from head to toe. POS brand uniforms and equipment are official licensed products of Little League Baseball. Call 1-800-323-5722. POS, the #1 choice of umpires around the world.
Play ball.
Working the bases. Safe, out, and the set position.
Every umpire is going to be required to make safe and out calls during a game. The safe and out calls are made from the basic set position that Mike Messick will demonstrate for us. It's hands on knees, thumbs on the inside of the knees, and the elbows locked. From this position, the eyes are perfectly still, and you'll be able to get a good look at the play as it develops in front of you. The out call is going to be from the totally upright position. You're going to take your right hand out in front of you like you were shaking someone's hand, and from there, while making a fist, you're going to take the fist behind your ear and come forward and make the call. This is what it's going to look like. Ready? Set. Call it. Yeah! And right back down into the set position. The safe call is made from the same basic set position. From here, the umpire will raise himself up, hands out in front of his body, and while verbalizing safe, extend his arms out to the side of his shoulders. Then back in front, and then back down to the basic set position. Now Mike Messick will demonstrate the safe call. Safe! And back down.
Base umpire. No runners on. With no runners on base, the base umpire's position is in foul territory, just beyond the infield dirt.
From this position, with no runners on base, on a batted ball to the infield, the umpire is going to jog towards that infielder, and as he feels the ball, he's going to get a 90-degree angle with the base. As the ball is released, he's going to take his eyes ahead of the throw, lock onto the bag, and get ready for the call.
The umpire runs to a 90-degree angle on the infield dirt. He watches the ball, then pulls his eyes ahead of the throw and gets into a set position. He focuses on the bag and listens for the ball to rule on the play at first base. Here's the play again at regular speed. The only time that the umpire would go into foul territory is when the ball is hit directly to the first baseman. In these cases, a 90-degree angle is not possible. Even when the ball is hit to the second baseman going to his left and you feel pressure, your best position for this play is still in fair territory. You would also position yourself in fair territory on plays where the pitcher is covering, or in this case, players are converging at first base. Anytime an errant throw makes the first baseman leave his position to field the ball, the umpire will move towards the line to get an angle between the runner and the fielder for any possible swipe tag. Again, the important thing is to be stopped when you make the call. Here's the play again at regular speed.
On the tag, he's out.
In situations where the first baseman pulls his foot or is not in contact with the bag when he receives the ball, the call would be safe, and then you would wave with two hands to signify the first baseman was off the bag. Here it is again at regular speed.
Safe! He's off the bag.
The umpire's pivot.
On any ball hit to the outfield, the umpire has got to get ahead of the runner. He comes into the infield grass and performs the umpire's pivot, which is basically a planting of the left foot, a little hop step of the right foot, and then the left foot leading the runner to second base. Should the runner come back to first, again, crossover steps, leading him back to first base, and this is where you want to be for a play at first.
Here's a base hit where the base umpire, with nobody on, comes into the infield and pivots. Since the runner stays at first, the umpire holds his position ahead of the runner. On this triple, notice that the umpire comes into the infield and pivots, watches the batter-runner touch first base, and then using crossover steps, stays ahead of the runner all the way into third base. The plate umpire would have any play at home. Runner on first base. With a runner on first base, the position for the base umpire would be here, just on the outfield grass and in between first and second base. Base umpire double play mechanics.
With the runner on first base, this is where you want to be. From this position, you may be asked to rule on a double play ball. The mechanics of the double play ball look something like this. As the ball is batted to the infielders, you're going to let the ball turn you into the play. You're going to make sure that the fielder catches the ball. You're going to make sure that he touches the base. Then while turning, you'll rule on that play and then get yourself into a position for the call at first base. Safe. He's off the bag.
Watch as the umpire turns and moves with the ball hit to the infielder. He gets stopped for the play at second base and rules on the play as he turns and gets set for the play at first. Steal plays. On this play, with the runner attempting to steal second base, watch as the umpire stays ahead of the runner and gets stopped for the play at second base. Same thing when the runner steals or goes to third base. The idea is to stay ahead of the runner and get stopped for any potential play. This is the base umpire's position with runners on first and second, or runners on first and third, second and third, or bases loaded. It would be the same position for a runner on second only or third only as well. The proper position relative to the nearest fielder is 12 to 15 feet behind him. Multiple plays on the bases. The working area.
As a base umpire, you're going to be required to come into the infield grass on any ball hit to the outfield. Once you come into the infield, you want to set up in the working area, which is directly behind the pitcher's mound. Once you get to the working area, you're going to turn, watch the batter runner touch first base, and then get ready for any potential play coming from the outfield.
On this base hit to the outfield, watch as the base umpire from his position gets into the infield, and while watching the batter runner touch first base, sets up behind the mound in the working area. Then using crossover steps, he stays ahead of the runner all the way into third base. Tag-up situations. The base umpire has jurisdiction on runners touching or tagging up from first base or second base. The plate umpire has jurisdiction on any runners touching or tagging up from third base. On any potential tag-up situations, the umpire moves into a position where he can line up the bag, runner, ball, and fielder in the same vision area. The important factor here is to not move too far away from the base with the potential play. Okay, let's recap. First, the plate umpire. The plate umpire on a 60-foot diamond has jurisdiction on all fair, foul, catch, no catch calls. The plate umpire is also responsible to cover any plays at third base on a runner from first on a base hit. He must also cover that runner going home or any other play at the plate. The plate umpire has jurisdiction in tag-up situations on runners from third base and any plays at the plate. Now let's recap the base umpire. First, positioning. With no runners on, the base umpire is in foul territory, here where the outfield grass meets the infield. With a runner on first base, the position will change to here, between the bases just on the outfield grass. From this position, the umpire has responsibility of plays at first, second, and third base, including double plays, pickoffs, steals, and plays from the outfield on the batter runner at any base. The base umpire has jurisdiction of tag-up situations on runners from first base, second base, and any ensuing plays. So, watch this information often, and you will be ready to umpire on a 60-foot diamond. Umpires' uniforms and equipment provided by POS. POS, the #1 choice of umpires around the world. For other instructional material and specials, visit www.videoump.com.
We're out of here.
I started refereeing and umpiring when I was 16. I had a scholarship to college for academics, which a lot of people would find hard to believe. I messed it up twice.